Hi Year 7, welcome to this week's science video. Now I don't have my camera crew with me today, so it's me by myself trying to do the filming and the talking, and that might be pushing my multitasking skills a little bit too far, so I shall do my best. This week's science is about speed. Now I know the speed of me eating chocolate is very, very, very fast, but when we're thinking about speed, what we've got to actually think about is the distance covered and the time that is covered in. And the quicker we do that, the less time it takes us to cover a distance, the faster we are, the greater the speed. So speed is that relationship between distance and time. And that gives us the equation, speed equals distance over time. Now, we've got this triangle, the formula triangle that we often use in science, especially in physics. So you can see that speed equals distance over time, because the d is above the t. We can use this equation to work out other calculations, other equations. So time equals distance over speed, and distance equals speed times time. Now, my challenge to you at the end of this lesson is to work out your speed at doing some sort of task. Now, that can be the sprinting task that I challenged you with at the start. So how close is your speed to Usain Bolt's speed? Now, I'm not going to do that today because I can tell you right now, my speed is nowhere near Usain Bolt's speed. And even if you dangled the chocolate buttons at the end of the 100 meters, I would be nowhere near his speed. So I'm going to do something silly for you today just to show you what I want you to do. So basically, I want you, with other people if you can, in your family, is to come up with an activity and you want to see what your speed is like compared to other people's doing that activity. So it could be hopping, jumping, skipping, cartwheeling, forward rolling, back flipping, ballerina twirling, whatever it is, dribbling a football, whatever it is, you're going to compare your speed against the speed of other people. Now you're going to have to calculate the distance that you're covering. And this doesn't have to be massive. If you're sprinting, it needs to be a decent distance, several tens of meters. But if you're doing another silly thing, it doesn't have to be far at all. So you could use if all you have is a 30 centimetre ruler, you could use your ruler to then work out on a piece of paper or a piece of string or shoelaces, work out what a metre is using your ruler, and then you can use that metre to duplicate it. So you can start if this is 1 metre, 2 metres, 3 metres, and you can calculate a particular distance. Now, I'm not going to do many metres. I've got a small garden. So I'm going to show you outside in a second just what I want you to do. Once you know the distance in metres, you're then going to have a stopwatch to hand. Now, it could be your phone, it could be your watch, it could be an iPad, it could be a stopwatch itself. And you're going to measure the time it takes you to cover that particular distance. And then you will have both of the numbers that you need, both of the measurements you need to calculate speed. So let's go outside and watch me do this as an example, doing some silly stuff. Okay, so I'm outside Year 7 and I'm going to measure my distance. Now I happen to have a measuring tape, but if you don't have this, as I said, find a way of measuring 1 metre using paper or string, and then you can duplicate that metre. So I'm going to measure from here. I'm going to put my end point. I'm going to mark that with a clothes peg, actually, and I'm going to measure. I'm going to cover. I'm at. I'm going to measure 4 metres. That is here. So I've measured my 4 metres. This is the starting point, and this is the end point. So I know I have 4 metres ready for me to do my activities. Okay, now the next thing I need is some sort of stopwatch. So in my case, I'm going to use an iPad. Okay, I'm just going to get that set up. Okay, some technical issues. I now have my stopwatch on here. So I'm by myself at the moment, so I'm going to time myself. Not ideal, but I'm going to start by hopping 4 metres to see how long it takes me. Okay, so first of all, I've got to go to my starting point. I've got to do my on your marks, get set, start. And I'm hopping Oh, see, this is science at its best. So I'm going to have to clear that because I pressed stop instead. Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm at my start. And how long does it take me to hop 4 meters? On your marks, get set, go. Oh, I've just stopped it. It was 2.3 seconds. So what I would do is I would write that into my equation. Let's do that. So here we are, I've done my hopping exercise. It didn't quite go to plan, but I am trying to juggle this by myself. So what I've done is I've plugged this into my equation. Speed equals distance over time. My distance is 4 meters because that's what I mapped out in my garden. My time was very slow at 2.36. And therefore I have done 4 divided by 2.36 and I have got 1.7 meters per second. So let's try another activity. I'm still going to use my 4 meters, but this time I'm going to try something else. Let's do this. This time I'm going to do that good old side-to-side activity. So I'm going to start off, on your marks, get set, go. Oh, that was fast. This one I'm going to plug into the equation and I'll show it to you in a second. So this time in my interesting sidestepping activities, I have calculated speed equals distance over time. It was 4 meters again I covered in 2.56 seconds, and therefore my speed is 1.6 meters per second. Now, I'm rounding that up, but you can decide how you want to record it. So my challenge to you is, please do better than I'm doing, even if you're juggling a phone, a stopwatch and a camera all at once. I know you've got this. I can't wait to see what you're going to try. Email me pictures, videos, data, whatever. I can't wait to see it. Good luck, guys.